Kegler. I'm here at UConnect for 2011, and I'm here with EdHowe of AlignTrack.
Hi, Scott.
And hi, good to see you, and glad that you're spending some time with us today. And we're going to talk today about data synchronization. One of the things that I've noticed over the years of getting implementation going toward GDSN is the kind of the beginning problem back in the manufacturer side, where they have 2, 3, 12 different systems that kind of house different pieces of information, some or all of which may be different. And so I know that you do some work with that. So let's start with that part of the sequence, and tell me how you address that and what you do.
Well, we find that manufacturers, as you say, have multiple pieces of data, and as GDSN has really started to gain hold, whereas it used to be maybe just the ERP system was kind of the source of that information. Right. We're really finding that the growth in attributes has caused manufacturers to really have to pull data from multiple applications. And so we help companies organize that information. We've got tools that help them integrate with multiple applications so that they can have that one solid, all-encompassing set of information that goes via GDSN to their trading partners. And in many cases, after helping companies assemble that information, we're also helping, again, with our tool set to present that information back into their internal applications so that within their organization and with their trading partners, everybody's dealing with the same single version of the truth.
Okay. So does that then kind of becoming an ongoing interaction between the different parts within the organization?
There's a certain startup process, but
right.
Yes, the whole idea of data synchronization is it's a continuous process.
So it's a feedback loop kind of a...
It's a feedback loop, and as changes are made to products or new products come out, again, that information would be shared with trading partners via GDSN and shared internally. And then one of the benefits of GDSN is to agree that a trading partner finds an error in that information, the manufacturer is correcting it. That correction is broadcast through the GDSN, but it's also broadcast internally with their applications through the facilities we provide. Okay. So again, everybody's working with the same set of information, and that does an awful lot to build trust on the data that in fact is the source.
So the dream is becoming a reality.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It's pretty neat stuff, actually.
Yes.
So once that gets up into GDSN, I know you talked about a couple of tiers of that information is either used in or modified and transferred to. So
and as GDSN has grown, one of the things that is interesting is not only are there manufacturers sending to retailers, but manufacturers are sending that data to distributors who are then taking that information, using it for their internal purpose, but they also need to send it to their customers. And it largely is the same data as the manufacturer provided, but the distributor may be doing something different as part of their value in the supply chain. Right. So they're adding or modifying some attributes, and then, if you will, republishing that information through GDSN to their customers.
Okay. Does that become then a different product ID in GDSN, or is it
It's normally the same product ID, but the distributor may change the level in which the product can be ordered, or the minimum order quantity. Things that really don't change the product, it may change the ordering or commercial relationship.
I see. Okay.
And so along with that distributor function, one of the things we do is those distributors may be hubs where they want to roll GDSN out to many of their suppliers. We have a whole suite of supplier enablement type facilities where we can scorecard suppliers. So as an example, one of the things that we do with one of our larger distributors is every week each of their suppliers gets a scorecard that basically encapsulates where they are within the implementation journey, statistics on, say, phase 1 of an initiative, phase 2, to provide that type of feedback to drive their supplier community to 100% participation.
Okay. So the scorecarding is really about the implementation process, not about the other things that are generally scorecarded, or does it? I mean,
it's a scorecard relative to the adoption of GDSN, which that information subset may be then part of an overall supplier scorecard.
Right.
but certainly it's an important piece in communicating to suppliers the importance that the distributor is placing on GDSN,
Right.
and then automating that whole communication so that from that distributor standpoint, they're really able to focus in on the benefits that GDSN is providing them rather than, if you will, the implementation work of getting things going. So we've got an awful lot of automation that we do for distributors to make that truly an easier process.
Right.
And in large part, what we've done is look at the best practices that we see across, companies that have done it before, and kind of amalgamated the best of the best
Right.
practices in our solutions and deliver that to our distributors.
So what do you see as some of the best benefits that are coming out of this? And I guess there would be different benefits at different levels of the players.
Well, I think all companies in the supply chain have implemented very sophisticated ERP or other types of systems. And those systems all need clean, accurate, complete, consistent data.
Right.
And if it's not there, then the companies really haven't achieved the ROI that they expected on that ERP or other system investments. So GDSN is really providing a way to clean the data and keep it clean and ensure that as manufacturers introduce new products or make changes, that clean record is provided, and they really can utilize the systems that they have.
Okay.
For manufacturers, the real benefit is their trading partners are asking for that information, perhaps manually, perhaps multiple times. They contact different departments.
Mm-hmm.
So GDSN really provides the one-to-many capability.
Okay. So rather than calling marketing to get one piece and manufacturing and packaging to get another piece, they just go to the central data set.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And I think the other benefit is because GDSN has forced companies to get together to agree on the definition of a field,
Right.
rather than customizing the information they may need to provide for each of their customers.
Okay.
They are able to get kind of a homogeneous set of information that they can supply. And again, that allows them really to focus in on the accuracy of the information rather than the personalization
Right.
of very similar information but with different twists for each of their trading partners.
So maybe we've done some learning from the EDI kind of implementations where you have largely the same kinds of data, but you do have much more personalization or customization, maybe is a better way to put it.
Well, I think we've done some learning from what happened in early EDI.
Right.
I think GDSN or data synchronization will also benefit EDI because an awful lot of companies that we talk to still do cross-references that the customer orders in this unit and we
Right.
really think it's this unit. And so everybody's got in EDI all these cross-reference tables that they're managing for each trading partner. And even in some cases, if the partner uses the wrong unit, then they're converting it to the right unit. So GDSN, hopefully should address that over time so that everybody will use the right manufacturer order code and eliminate some of the overhead of all these cross-references, as well as the errors that would take place when you ship the wrong quantity
Right.
to your customer and they return it. That's very costly, particularly when you're doing new product launches.
Right, sure. All right.
Good.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I just thank you for the opportunity here. And again, we see GDSN as being very important to the community, and we're really excited with the growth that we've been seeing in the marketplace.
I'm impressed to see the growth. I mean, I've been watching it for a few years, and it seems like it actually is getting some traction. And
Yeah, very much so.
reality.
Very
Great.
much so.
Thanks.